Hello guys, and welcome to my very first video. Basically today I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm CanuckTeck from Canada, and I'm going to be doing lots of reviews, app reviews, unboxings, all kinds of stuff like that. I'm not just limited to Android. I also have a couple of iPads in the family. I don't use them as much as they do, and some iPods in case there's some apps on Apple that really blow me away. But I pretty much will be sticking to Android. That's my preferred operating system. I do have a playbook at home my wife uses, and if there's any BlackBerry stuff, when the 10 OS comes out, I might throw a few videos like that in there. So basically today I just wanted to show you what devices I'll be using for most of my videos. If I find that one of the games or one of the apps is suited better for a certain device, I'll use that to review it. And also when I'm doing 5 games of the week or whatever format I decide to do, comments below and let me know what you want to see. I'll definitely do that. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. Most of these things you've seen reviews for already. I just wanted to, in case there's somebody that hasn't or anything, I'll just give a very brief overview in this video as to what I have, and a quick look around the device and the specs. So this is my phone that I use, well, phablet I guess you guys call it. It's the Galaxy, Samsung Galaxy Note 2. The carrier of choice for me up here in Canada I use is Rogers. I'm sure you all have comments on which one's the best or which one's horrible, or I'm sure there's lovers and haters for each. So basically a quick walk around on the phone. As you know, this is one of the larger ones. I guess in CES they have a Huawei phone now that's 6.1. I can't imagine using a 6.1 inch phone, considering that I find this one quite big. I use a case, one of these. I just took it off just to show you the phone. It looks better without it on. It's just one of these S cases you can get on eBay for $3-4, but I like it because it has the grippy sides on it, and I find that this slips out of my hand all the time without it. I was very happy to receive this case. So around the phone, it's a 5.5 inch screen. We have a hardware button for the home. There's also a back and a menu button to open the menu here. If you want to open up actually I'll show you once I'm in the phone how that works. Nice metal looking bezel on the side, volume rocker with good feedback on it, up and down. On the back of the phone we have an 8 megapixel camera with a flash, LED flash. Not bad. I think Samsung does well with their their cameras. At the end of the day, though, as always, it's a smartphone, so it is what it is. We have a small notch here in the back for the speaker, and it's not bad. I actually like the speaker on this one. I've always found that. See what I'm talking about? There you go. There's a prime example of why I like to have a case. I'll decide later whether to edit that, but I probably won't, just because I like the fact that it shows what actually happens. Back to the speaker, I think that it's really good. Most of them I've had have always been low or tinny. This one actually has pretty good sound. S Pen, I'll show you a quick demo on how that works. At the bottom you have your micro USB port to connect to a computer. It also acts as an HDMI out. On the right side we have your power on, power off button to make it wake sleep. At the top we have a 3.5mm headphone jack and noise cancelling microphone here. Alright, and I think that's all the sides we take a look. We'll pop the back off just to quickly show you guys what's underneath here. So you have your SIM card. You have expandable memory, which is nice because a lot of phones seem to be moving away from that just to keep the cost down. Very, very hefty battery. It's a 3100 milliamp battery, and it works amazingly well. Compared to the Nexus 4 that I had, Nexus 4 I could not even come close to getting a day out of it. This one I can easily get a full day, and that's with quite extensive use. I use it quite often. So let's power this on and take a quick look at how I have it set up. So the way I have it set up here is I'm very big on a minimalist. I like having just a black background. And believe it or not, the way I get these black backgrounds is I just turn the flash off and take a picture with it held against my shirt or against anything to block the light. And I pretty much have a black background on everything. I'm I may show you guys some live wallpapers or some wallpapers I think that are pretty interesting, but in my world, I like it just simple. Now, I'm using a skin on this one, which is called a launcher, I guess I should say, which is called Nova Launcher. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with Nova Launcher. I find it works really well. It's very fast. I don't mind the Touch Wiz that Samsung puts over top, but I prefer to use this one. So basically, I have 5 home screens. You guys have probably seen these kind of setups all the time. There's not really much else to show here. The display is very nice on this phone. I never know how the camera is going to relay that out to you guys, but it's very vibrant. Samsung, the screens that they use, the Super AMOLED HD screens are just ridiculously high in the color saturation. Almost to the point where I don't want to say cartoony, but it's just very, very bright. The Nexus 4 was very sharp, because I had a high resolution, slightly higher, but it was very, the colors were muted, but they were nice. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed the display on it. So that's basically it. Like I said, this is just a quick overview of the devices, so I'm going to put this one aside, and we'll bring up my Nexus 7. Now this, folks, is a great, great item. I can't get over the price point, the quality of it. Now the only thing, and this is just a little like a PSA for you guys, when you order these, I'm not sure how they are now, but on the edges, I had to send one back. This one I got, this one's not as bad, but it's still there. But I don't feel like going through it again to return. You can feel how here there's a little bit of a lip. You can feel that the screen is recessed into the bezel a little bit. On this side though, it's not. Like the camera will not get it, no matter which way I turn this. However, if I push it down, you can almost, I don't want to say feel it move, but you can tell that it's popped up a little wee bit. And this is a common thing I've seen in lots of forums for these. This one's not so bad, so I'm not too concerned about it. I also use a case for it, even though I absolutely love the back on this. It's almost like a leathery feel, but it's a very nice soft touch on it. But once again, my old standbys, I use the S case. I just love the grip. This I can hold in my hand, no problem. It's an awesome case for the price. You can find them all over eBay. All right, so basically a quick walkthrough of this one. Left side, completely clean, except for some pogo pins for a dock, which I think was just released for $39.95. Or it's just coming out very soon, or it's just been released, which would be a nice addition for this, actually. I'll definitely be picking one up. Bottom of the device, you have your micro USB as usual, and your 3.5mm headphone jack. And on the right side, try to get an angle, there you go. You can see you have your sleep wake button and your volume rocker up and down. Once again, really good feedback. And on the top of the device, we have, actually we don't have too much on the top of the device. It's pretty clean as well. And there's one small possible microphone there. I'm going to try to get you to see that. There you go. Alright, so let's turn this on. This one here has a nice screen as well. Most of my devices are all pretty much the same for resolution. This one here, and by the way, the other phone here, this was a 1.6 gigahertz on the Galaxy Note 2. Was a 1. God, sorry. It was a 1.6 gigahertz quad-core processor, very fast, very, very fast. 2 gigs of RAM, runs really well. This one here has the Tegra 3 quad-core, which almost seems out of date nowadays, but this runs lightning fast as well because of the fact it's pure Jelly Bean, pure Google. So once again, my standard black theme. Coming into the device, like I said, I have just standard setup. This one here, my children play. I'll probably be reviewing a lot of these games. I find that they're all replayable and quite good. 3 screens, 4 or 5. There's 5 screens on this one as well, but I don't use the other 2. I enjoy this a lot. This is my go-to daily, at home, relaxing. I read with it. I check up on my news, the Reddit, Currents is really good as well. I'll be showing all these off in individual videos when I review and show exactly how I have these set up and how I use them. But like I said, today I'm just showing the devices. So we're going to go ahead and move on. And this is the third one, and this is the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1. I guess in a perfect world, I would like to have the bigger brother to this one, the Nexus 10. The resolution on it is ridiculous. I've seen a lot of really good reviewers give really good words about it. Even some diehard Apple fans say that, you know, if they weren't so in love with Apple, they would go to the Nexus 10. But in Canada, at least, it is completely sold out everywhere. I can't even find them used on any of our, you know, Kijiji type sites. You know, I guess in the US you guys would use Craigslist. It's completely sold out everywhere. A testament to how great it is, maybe, or a testament to how poorly the rollout was, perhaps. So I've decided to go, in the meantime, just because I'm impatient, I decided to go with the Samsung Note 10.1. This is the best one I could find to possibly, you know, rival that. So for this one here, I'm just going to quickly go around. This is a 10.1 screen, 10.1 inch screen, obviously. Same resolution, basically. It's 1200 by 800. It's a good display. Obviously, it's not the 2668 or 16 by 1600 or whatever the 10 is. Not even close to the 300 PPIs that has. But I like it. I do like it. So on the bottom, we have our Samsung. They have their 30-pin connector. There's not much else there. On the left side, it's completely clean. On the top, this is where you find most of your buttons. This is your power sleep wake, your volume rocker, which is kind of funny. It's the design where it's meant to be in landscape all the time, I guess, because if you put it in portrait mode, this is actually your up, so it's kind of reversed. You have a micro SIM slot here, which is a nice bonus for expandable memory. This here is an IR blaster. So basically what you can do with this is, and I actually do use it for this, is this will turn into like a giant fancy remote control. You put in what kind of TV it is or receiver, and it's really neat the way it works. It's like a graphical display. I'll probably do a review of that as well in one of my favorite apps for this tablet. Headphone jack, 3.5 millimeter, of course. And the other side, there's nothing. So the sides are completely bare. A real nice feature of this, let me get this to focus, are the front speakers. There's one here, and there's one on this side. When you hold it, I can get that to come into focus. When you hold it, the top speakers are up here, so you're not blocking it, and the sound is being blasted towards you. And it really sounds good, and you really do get a stereo effect with it. So moving around to the back, let's use the fingerprints. This is a fingerprint magnet for sure. We have a camera on the front. On the back, sorry, I believe it's a 5 megapixel camera with an LED flash. I will check that though, because it might actually be the 8. The camera, yeah, it's a 5 megapixel. And on the front, by the way, there's a 1.9. I probably missed mentioning the front cameras on the other two devices, but you guys, they're both around 1.9, 1.3 megapixels, and they're mainly used for video chat. You know, I think the Note 1 can actually do 720p, but I don't know. It's all right. Once I do the actual, you know, hands-on with the devices, the full-blown, I'll show you guys what they're all about. Now, one thing about this one, and I noticed this in other reviews too, and it actually is true with me, it creaks a bit. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's, you know, Samsung's trademark is always using, you know, plastic for everything, and I just wanted to point that out, that if you're concerned, excuse me, about that noise, then, you know, think twice about getting one. Just going to turn on. This one here I haven't played with the display too much. I think this is the original display that comes with. You swipe on the water and you come inside. Now it's quite snappy. This one here is running, I believe it's 4.0. It's not on Jelly Bean as of yet. Actually, I'm sure it's 4.0, just judging by the interface here. So we'll pop into settings, do the about phone thing, and yeah, it's 4.0.4. So we're excited about, obviously, about getting the update for this to go to Jelly Bean. I think it'll make it a much you know, better device, just because of the different features that 4.1 or 4.2 integrate into the tablets, like multi-users and whatnot, that I have on the Nexus 7. This one here, few home screens. This one I haven't customized too much, because I mainly just use this for Netflix, YouTube. You know, I'm usually using my Nexus 7, but for a little bit of extra real estate on here, I like to use this. So that's, you know, that's a basic walkthrough of all this and all the devices I have. So I look forward to getting quite a few videos out. I'm going to be shooting for probably about one a week. You know, I'd like to do some review, maybe more. I'd like to get some reviews in for some apps, maybe some cases, OS's, tricks, tips, everything, you know, everything I can think of, solely on Android for now. But I will be moving towards everything if need be. Now, I also wanted to say, I also have a case here. This is a case for the Nexus 7. It's pretty nice, actually. I don't have the box that it came in anymore, but it's got a Velcro slide, and I'll show this case off because I'm going to be giving this away. It's also got the magnet in it, so when you open it, it'll activate it, close it, turns it off. It's a nice little case. I'll be shipping it out. I'll make it international, I guess. I'm not too worried about that. It's pretty nice. I'm not going to get too in-depth into this because I will be giving this away, and I will, you know, do a video about it when I do. Put it, you know, I'll put the device in it and show how it looks and how all the ports show up and everything. So anyway, I'd just like to say thanks. Please subscribe, spread the word. You know, I'm going to be tweaking lighting, you know, we'll see how the camera works. Like I said, this is my first video. So thanks. I'm CanuckTeck. Have a great day.